Good morning, folks. This is Randy Shea from Victor, New York. Just wanted to, I just came down here this morning, just trying to take a look at what's going on. I don't know, I'm out and about. Everybody's beeping at me and waving at me. I don't know what that's about, but yeah. So Victor Veterans Memorial Garden is really looking nice this year. Unfortunately, the tulips won't last all the way to Memorial Day, but we've got to compliment the Victor Garden Club big time for all that they've done. I know Mary Dupre had a really nice thank you dedication kind of thing that happened at a recent town board meeting, but she's been involved and did a lot of work. One of many, though, she would want to make sure I would say that, who have made a difference for Victor and making it a nicer place. So yeah, so I mean, I don't know anybody who has not said that this is an improvement, even if it was just for the fact that it opened up the front of the town hall. But the village employees, the town employees, and everybody who came together, it was a community effort that made this all happen. So from what it was, a lot of people didn't know it, but that top stone used to be right behind the wall. Nobody could see it, and I think that was dedicated, I don't know by who, but in 1984. So American Legion Post 931 tried to get as close as they could to a match for the granite using Finger Lakes Monument Company, and then put in what's called a trapezoid plinth, but it's the understone, and raised it up. So what used to be behind the wall, now it's facing forward where everybody can see it. And rather than calling it a park, because it used to be called the Civic Park, it's called the Garden. So the next thing would be more along the lines of like American Legion 931 got that put in place, but moving forward it'll be something that the Victor Garden Club, to a large extent, really sort of gets to decide everything about whatever happens. I'm sure they'll hear other people's thoughts on it, but along with Victor Parks and Recreation, my understanding is right now Brian Emelson, the head of Victor Parks and Recreation, and I think it's Drew Cusmano, are going to be coming up with ideas for benches, like one here and one over on this side. So there'll be some place that you could, stop if you're walking your dog or whatever, or if you want to sort of, hang out here at the memorial and honoring our vets or whatever purpose it might be. I would recommend having a couple of garbage cans, probably, possibly even someplace for people to, discard their cigarettes. I know it's not very popular and a lot of people don't smoke anymore, but back when I was in the Army, it was very common that we would stop and the sergeant in charge of whatever we were doing would say, light them up if you have them. So not a good habit, not good for your health, but there's still people that smoke cigarettes, so maybe something for that too, here, to where it would be sort of a place people could come. And most people that smoke are very respectful of people that don't. But that's kind of another thought. But so anyway, yeah. So contact Drew Cusmano or Brian Emelson of Parks and Recreation, Victor Parks and Rec. If you're interested in knowing about what's going on with the benches, they want to try to figure out a way to honor veterans, perhaps having plaques on it, or potential for people to purchase and put plaques on them for remembering a veteran that passed away. I know American Legion 931 was considering having bronze plaques with all the veterans, but then you'd have to add veterans, you might leave out veterans, and having all of the ones that are here at Victor, it would have been challenging, and then we wouldn't be able to change it easy once it's put into bronze. But if they do it with the park benches, with little, I don't know, I see them in Mead Square Park where they might be better than those, but they're plastic over nameplates. Something like that would be cool. I still think, I probably am the minority, and it is probably pretty expensive to do, so maybe it won't get done. But if you look at these two flagpoles, really from across the street's better. You'll see that the one on the right is taller than the one on the left. But as the etiquette, I guess it's not really a law or anything, goes, the American flag is supposed to be on its own right. So as I'm facing the building, that means it's on the left. On its own right means facing out from either a monument or a building. It's been confusing even among American Legion members. Before, when the monument was on the other side, it was like which side should it be on? Should it be on on its own right from the standpoint of the monument, or should it be on its own right from the standpoint of facing the building? Well, now that's been fixed 100%. It's on the left-hand side, so that's where the taller flagpole should be. I recommended possibly getting the same size flagpoles. At bare minimum, switch them to where the taller one's on the left, because if the American flag ever goes to half-mast, it will really look kind of weird to have the New York State flag possibly be lower than half-mast. Just thinking about that, this is the front of our town hall. Is it a high priority compared to all the other things that maybe they have to do? Probably not, but it's something I want to bring up. I went to a recent town board meeting and expressed myself about that. That's kind of how I see it. Maybe it's important, maybe it's not. So yeah, and it even looks good from the back. I never formally recommended it, but originally I recommended or actually I put it out as an idea, not really recommending it or saying yes or no, but to the Victor Garden Club that maybe they could put this blue star marker right on the back side. It would be unique and different than other blue star markers, but on the back side that could have been mounted there. But my understanding is that they're not inclined to do that. They like this, and so that's how it's going to stay. And so what I recommend to the American Legion 931 is to put basically a dedication plaque either here on this stone in the backside or down below, but this is sort of a one piece. I mean, it's a two piece, but whichever way it would go, I would think that might be appropriate because of them doing this. I think it was last year in 2023 there was a dedication ceremony. I think it was 2023. So whatever that date would be, it would be I think very fitting, and it would cost the American Legion more money, but I would recommend that they would go ahead and go with the bronze. So it's Sunday the 26th, I think, of April 2023. This is at the Victor Town Hall, and it's across from the Presbyterian Church. That is not the actual time, but they have the clocks on all four sides, or at least three sides, and to get them working properly and stuff, they're not usually working, but it's really a beautiful piece of architecture to have in Victor. So anyway, yeah, so Victor Town Hall is right here, and I'll just walk down the front of the building. So the bushes are easy to maintain, and you got the mulch, and so a few perennial flowers, and maybe some more hostas, like they've got one hosta here, but they don't want to make it too complicated. It's up to the Victor Garden Club. I think they usually do flower plantings in front. There's plenty of space, plenty of thoughts and ideas in terms of how that gets done. but almost all of what the garden club does is volunteer work. So and you know, the Parks and Recs helps out. So major kudos to everybody involved in the Victor Garden Club for all they do, the flowers on all the posts and at the entrances of the village, the town. And yeah, so the Methodist church over here, and I could go on. So anyway, great job, looks good. Memorial Day is about a month from now, and I hope everybody comes out. A lot of people don't know it, but early morning prior to the parade, I think starting around 7, maybe 8, they go to St. Patrick's Church or St. Patrick's Cemetery, and then they go to the Boughton Hill Cemetery, and then they come down to the cemetery behind the village hall and behind the Methodist church, and they do a gun salute, and they usually have 6 people that fire off 3 shots. And for Memorial Day, it's a somber ceremony, and Memorial Day is somber. Most of the veterans that passed away would probably want people to go out and have fun with the family, so it's sort of a blend of remembrance and perhaps, you know, thinking about them, and while you're in your day celebrating or watching the parade. It's not like Veterans Day, where in the fall, which is really more about the people that are veterans that are alive, and that's more of a celebration, more of a that kind of a thank you. But Memorial Day is for paying tribute and to you know, to those that paid the ultimate price, and that's really what Memorial Day is supposed to be all about, more so than anything else in our country, the United States of America. I go into the history and all that, Flanders Field and how it used to be called something different, etc., etc. It's all very interesting study, but paying tribute to those that have paid the ultimate price for your country. And so this monument represents a lot. It represents the entire town of Victor. Probably not everybody, but the majority. You want to honor our veterans and the ones that paid the price, and so that's what this is about. And that's it. Have a great day.